the sound, it wasn't what you'd maybe expect. I mean, this huge roar, right? But not from a baseball park or an arena.
Right, it was cricket.
Exactly. In New York, at that temporary stadium for the T20 World Cup, our sources described it perfectly, didn't they? The sound of a sleeping giant awakening.
A great phrase for it.
And that giant, well, it's USA Cricket, that incredible run they had getting to the Super 8s, it wasn't just, a nice story. The stuff we've been looking at makes it clear this is actually redefining the game here in the States. Felt sudden, maybe, but packed with meaning.
Absolutely.
So we're doing a deep dive today. We've got the stack of sources you shared, and we really want to unpack this moment. Our mission, really, is to pull out the key nuggets, understand not just what went down that amazing Super 8 appearance, but why everyone's calling it watershed moment. And importantly, what's the plan? What are these sources saying about the strategy to make sure this isn't just, a flash in the pan, but the start of something lasting, a sustained and prosperous cricketing era?
Building something real.
So whether you're already a cricket fanatic, or maybe you're just interested in how sports grow globally, or, hey, maybe you just love an underdog story, this is for you. It's about this huge global sport really trying to find its footing, its permanent place in the unique American sports scene. Okay, let's unpack this.
Well, what's really fascinating here, digging into the material, is why that 2024 World Cup performance was such a big deal. Like you said, getting to the Super 8s, it wasn't luck. The sources point to innate talent, unwavering resilience, and astute tactical acumen. They showed they belonged.
And you just have to talk about that one game, don't you?
Oh, absolutely. You can't avoid it.
Yeah.
That memorable and fiercely contested win over Pakistan.
Yeah.
In a super...
Incredible drama.
Exactly. It wasn't just winning a match. It felt like a statement. A massive, massive turning point that just validated all the work.
And players really stepped up, became those genuine cricketing heroes the sources mentioned.
For sure. You saw that mix, right?
Yeah.
Seasoned guys like Corey Anderson bringing that international know-how. And then, explosive local talent breaking through. Aaron Jones, for example.
Yeah.
His performance just caught everyone's attention. Now, the knock-on effects, the direct implications, they're profound, as laid out in the material we have. Probably the biggest immediate one is the automatic qualification for the 2026 T20 World Cup.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds massive. Skipping the qualifiers, what does that really free them up to focus on?
Well, it's what the sources call an invaluable perk. Yeah.
Yeah.
It basically frees them up from those really tough...
Those high-stakes regional games.
Exactly. The arduous and often high-stakes regional qualifiers. So instead of all that pressure just to get in,
right,
they can actually pour their energy into, sustained skill development, intricate tactical refinement, and building a deeper squad. Strategically. It gives them stability, continuity, and for a developing cricket nation like the U.S., that's just golden.
So more time getting better, less time worrying about just making the cut. Makes sense.
Precisely. And then there's the elevated competitiveness and exposure they got.
Right.
I mean, playing those Super 8 matches high pressure against giants like India and the West Indies. That's not just another game. It's like putting experience in the bank.
Right. Trial by fire.
Totally. Unparalleled depth of experience, as the source puts it. And the expectation is that this exposure will translate into measurably improved performance later on, and maybe just as important, psychologically. The players got this collective self-belief. They know now, they've experienced it, that they can compete at the top level.
Yeah, that feeling of belonging, that you can do it, that must be huge in itself. What about bringing new players through the pipeline?
Ah, yes. That's the next bit, the expanded talent pool and enhanced professionalism. This success, it creates ripples. It definitely energizes the substantial and already passionate South Asian diaspora in the U.S. Big cricket community there already. But it also has, and this is key, immense potential to pique the genuine interest of local American athletes, kids who maybe only knew baseball or basketball. And if you get a broader base of interest, that leads to more competitive domestic leagues. And that helps build out a proper robust merit-based pathway for talented players to move up.
Right. More interest, more players, better leagues, feeding the national team. I think I also saw something about aiming for full membership with the ICC.
You did. This World Cup run significantly accelerated USA Cricket's ambitions for ICC full membership. They've got this foundational plan, which is pretty bold, aiming for full member status by 2030. And this 2024 performance, well, it's a really strong argument, maybe even for fast-tracking that goal.
Okay, so what does full membership actually unlock? Why is that the big target?
It's the top tier, basically. Being a full member of the International Cricket Council, the global body, it comes with some major perks. Significantly more funding from the ICC, which is obviously crucial.
Yeah, money helps.
Definitely. Also, automatic qualification for more major tournaments, not just the T20 World Cup. And critically, access to what's called test match status.
Test match status. Explain that a bit.
So test cricket is the long form of the game. Traditional, played over several days. It's kind of seen as the ultimate test, the peak of the sport for many purists.
Okay.
Getting test status means you get to play more regular, high-profile series, just one country against another against the other top test nations.
Yeah.
So this World Cup performance, it's like this really powerful and persuasive endorsement that USA Cricket is ready or getting ready for that level.
Got it. So more money, more top-level games, and reaching that sort of pinnacle status in the sport.
You've got it. And, while T20, the fast, shorter format is obviously great for rapid market penetration, getting new fans interested quickly, the sources are clear that USA Cricket isn't only about T20. They want to get better in the longer formats too, like ODIs, one-day internationals. And the idea is that this positive momentum, the higher profile, it should lift all boats, really, help improve performance across all formats as the whole system gets stronger.
Okay, this is where, for me, it gets really, really interesting. It's not just what happened on the pitch. The material we have really stresses that the success is being backed up, meticulously complemented by all these ambitious strategies off the field.
Absolutely. It has to be that way, right? It's a whole package.
And first up seems to be a huge push on grassroots development, building what the sources call a playground to podium pipeline.
Yes, exactly. There's this really aggressive and sustained push to get cricket into American schools. They're using the ICC's program, CRIO, CRIIO, which is apparently very effective. It simplifies the game, makes it easy for kids, for teachers to just pick it up and play.
And the targets they've set, they're pretty big, aren't they?
Oh, they're huge, audacious even. The aim is over 200 elementary, middle, and high schools in key cities. And get this, the goal is an astonishing 1 million school children actively playing cricket across the U.S. by the LA Olympics in 2028.
Wow, 1 million kids.
Yeah, and they're backing it up. Training local teachers says here over 260 have already done the training, giving out equipment kits, organizing community cricket festivals. It's practical stuff.
But you need coaches for all these kids, right? And umpires.
Spot on. Running alongside the school's push is investment in coaching and umpiring development. You absolutely have to build that robust pool of qualified personnel locally, people who can actually, nurture and guide the talent as it starts to bubble up.
Okay, so you're building the base with the kids and the coaches, but what about the next step? For the really talented ones who want to go pro?
That's the crucial role of Major League Cricket, MLC. The sources frame it as the professional launch pad. It's privately funded, remember, launched its first season back in 2023, pretty successfully by all accounts. And the key thing